So having meaningful connections with really wonderful people. So at every event, I do a connection activity. For those of you who have been here before, hi. I usually host it, but I decided we're going to upgrade tonight. We're going to upgrade. And for that, I have Michelle Garside here tonight. She is going to come forward. Come on down, Michelle. And she is going to, yes, Michelle is actually super impressive, but I'm going to let her do the honors of telling you all about her.
Oh, thank you. First of all, let's give a round of applause. Holy moly, the love, the excitement in this room is yummy and delicious and nourishing already. And let's give a round of applause to yourself because you chose to get away from your kids. You chose to get away from your computer. You chose to get away from comparing and despairing on an Instagram scroll to get here tonight to meet new people, to further yourself, to further your business. So applause for yourself. So my name is Michelle. I am the founder of Soul Camp Creative, Enchantment Experience, and the Connecticut Women's Club. Soul Camp Creative, we're a full-service brand strategy design development agency specializing in the do-good space. So our clients are a lot of New York Times best-selling authors, those who have a story within them and they know it's time to go from one to one to one to many. We work with small businesses, larger companies, a lot of names you'd recognize that I'm not going to say right now. We've been around for the last 12 years. Soul Camp, we do sleepaway camps for adults around the country. We take over kids camps. Any campers in here? Campers, yes, campers. And we do that, we take over kids camps around the country, and about 200 to 300 people come for 4 days and 4 nights to remember who they are beyond their role or their title, right? Beyond who they are in the corporate environment or in their own business. Who they are beyond the title of mom or partner or parent or whatever. Remember who they are at their core, right? So they come to camp 4 days, 4 nights. We don't talk about business and we leave fully fueled and replenished. I also do the Enchantment Experience, which is, I know it's a lot, I'm exhausted even talking about all this. Amazing bucket list retreats around the world for female founders and visionaries. Our next one is happening in June. Diane from Happy Daydream is coming, yes, in Costa Rica. We took over a literal compound in the middle of the jungle. We are the Kardashians. We have a lot going on. And what I will say is I run a 7-figure business. I have 10 full-time employees. I have a lot going on. And everything that I have done is from the root of knowing that I cannot do this alone. Life, business, any of it. We are not supposed to do this alone. We need one another. We need help. We need support. We need to remember that whatever we're going through, be it, oh my God, I literally have no money in my account to pay my contractor, or oh my God, let me put my apartment on Airbnb in order to pay my rent, which I've been there. You're not alone in that. And when we feel that we are alone, there is shame, there is comparison, there is look at that person who has so many Instagram followers. Why is she getting the speaking gigs? Why is she on the podcast? I do that thing too. Anyone relate? Am I the only one who searches through Instagram? No. So in order, everything that we do at Soul Camp, right, and everything that I do in my personal life is from the core of connection, right? And what I will say is I usually hate networking events. I hate them. I'm sober, I don't drink, right? I'm like, oh, I wish I could drink. These are the moments. Oh, give me a drink. But I'm not going to. And I feel that way because it's very difficult for me to make small talk. And does anyone else feel like it's very difficult for them? It's very difficult for me to be like, hi, so what do you do? Like, that is not natural for me at all. It's not natural, period. I'm sure not just for me. Hi, what do you do? What do you do? What can we do for each other? Here's my card, here's my card. Take a photo. No. We need to relate to each other based not just on what we do, but based on who we are. Oh, you're going through that thing? Me too. Oh, you're dealing with this? Me too. This is how I worked through it. This is how I handled it. This is how I walked this road. Come follow me. Right? We come from tribes. We are meant to be in tribes together. Right? That is, as a species, who we are. Does that make sense? And especially as entrepreneurs, and especially as female entrepreneurs, and especially as female founders, this is not easy. I run a very successful business right now. I have the honor of employing amazing people. And I've made some huge mistakes. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of mistakes. Huge, horrible. Stay tuned for the book about it. But I need to show and tell that there have been and are fuck-ups along the way, right? So that people don't look at me and my company and like on whatever cover magazine and be like, oh, they got it all together. No. Just like you, just like now, still going through it. So all that to be said, networking events are hard because I don't get to the root of the person. It's very difficult, right? And we are meant to relate to one another based on who we are, not just what we do. And what I have found, and I found at Soul Camp with hundreds of people, or found, in Sedona, Arizona with 20 amazing people, once we get to the root of who we are, how we are similar, how all of our stories, not enoughness, I don't know what I'm doing. That's a big one for me. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. That's like a story, right? Whatever it is for you. When we get to the root of that shared experience as humans, C.S. Lewis says, the moment one person turns to another and says, oh, you too? I thought I was the only one. That's the moment of true friendship. Once we get to that root, collaborations, obviously, like business, coming together for business, of course, because people want to work with people that they like. People want to buy from people who they like. Products that make them feel good, people that make them feel good, right? So at an event like this, it is so much easier to leave feeling like, wow, I made a solid connection, we're actually going to do something together, if you relate to the person, and not just to the person as the founder of their business. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So let's just get real. Can we get a little real? Are you guys willing to go there a little bit? I'm not going to take you all the way there and woo, soul camp. Which I want to, but I'm holding back. But I'm going to take you a little there. So, can I see a show of hands? And I will be so vulnerable too. Who has come to events and leaves and they're like, oh, I wish that I talked to that person, or I wish that I connected, and now it's awkward if I just DM them on Instagram and I didn't even meet them. Who leaves with any of that? Raise your hand. Who stands in the corner? Oh my God, I stand in the corner. Who stands in the corner watching people connect and being like, how do I butt into this? Like, it's so awkward to you butt into this conversation. Hello, I'm Michelle. Who feels that way sometimes? So in this connection activity experience, we're gonna just play a little game. And the game is to believe, first off, number one, that every single person that is in this room isn't just looking for a business opportunity. But as adults, it is very hard to make friends. I'm a professor at the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, which is a holistic health nutrition school. And my module is all around making friends as an adult. Primary food, how to make friends as an adult. Because it's hard. Because it's hard. So what if, from this point forward, you believed that every single person in here is not just here, business, robot, but is here because they want a new friend? One of my favorite things to say is one of my teachers, her name was Patricia Moreno. She unfortunately passed. I know. One of my dear friends, amazing, founder of Intensati. Her daughter Olivia, her and her wife were taking a long car trip, and they made a rest stop to just stretch their legs. And Olivia was 5 years old at the time, and she looked out the window at the playground where they stopped, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of this road trip. And Olivia said, "Oh, look, Mom, all my friends are here." As children, and if anyone in here has children, you know, when your kid goes to that playground, they find friends like that. And that is in all of us. But we forget that we're all just like lonely wanting friends. Because it looks like we have it all together, like this dress. But like, I'm looking for friends. I just moved here from New York City a little while ago. Like, I want friends. We all want friends. It's hard. So my task for all of you is to begin to relate to everyone here as kids on the playground. Jungle gym, right? Hey, do you want to play a game? Hey, do you want to be friends? Hey, what are you going through? What are you dealing with? What's up for you? Make sense? So one place that I love when I'm facilitating a group or doing, soul camp is, it is very fun to connect with one another in the space of possibility. And if you're a client of mine, and I know a few of you are in this room, we go there a lot. In a space of all things being possible, in a space of all things being available, what do you want to create? So I invite all of you to close your eyes for a second. And as we close our eyes, if you hear in your mind some voices that's like, what is this woo-woo shit? I came here to find a social media, well, I don't know, whatever. If you hear words, just see them, know that that's just like fear, and like, hi, fear. You're welcome here too. It's all welcome. So close your eyes. And I want you to imagine the big dream for yourself. I'm not talking about this quarter. I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about the big dream for yourself. If anything was possible, is it a book? What's the title? Is it TED Talk? What are you talking about? Are you on the Today Show? Do you have a show yourself? Again, as you begin to think of things like, oh, but this, oh, but the mortgage, oh, but the kids, oh, but the. Okay. Tell those voices just to like take a time out for a sec. The biggest dream for your business, but beyond that, the biggest dream for yourself as the owner of your business. What does life look like? Who are you? And if this is uncomfortable for you, just notice that too. And maybe you can question why that is. So does everyone in here have a feeling of that dream? Raise your hand if you do. Oh, wow. Yes, I see excited. So before you open your eyes, feel into the version of you that is on that stage, or that has that book, or that has that full program, or that sold your company, whatever it is for you. Feel into that. What does that feel like in your body? Is it excitement? Is it pride? Is it relief? How full is your bank account? What does that do to your family? What does that do to your community? Feel into it fully. Feel it. And then a big part of creating something new and making it real is acting as it already is and speaking it into existence. Sounds a little woo-woo, but I run sleepaway camps for adults. We were on Good Morning America. It all happened. We spoke it, we knew it, we created it from a feeling of joy and excitement and awe and wonder. The importance of feeling it fully. Not just the fear is welcome too, but feeling it fully. And speaking about it as it's already happened. So with that, here comes the connection activity. I'm gonna have you all stand up. And it's going to be a little annoying with the chairs, and that's okay. All right? It's annoying, and that's fine. But I want you, when I say, I'm going to count down, just like this is a New Year's Eve event, New Year's Eve, and we're in a new moment. And I want you to find someone that you do not know, you did not schmooze with. And I want you, it's going to just be 1 minute. I'm going to time it. For 1 minute, whoever with the longer hair is going to tell the other person everything that they have done, everything that they have completed from the energy, from the space of the dream. So what that could look like is, I had another baby and I sold my company for $2 million and I wrote the book, and keep talking, in the energy of it's already done. And if you feel silly, feel silly. And if you feel like shame, notice that. And the other person, I want you to hold the energy and celebrate that person. Holy shit, you wrote a book. Holy shit, you sold your business for how much? Really get into it. And this sounds just like fun and whatever, but it's more than that too. Do you guys get that? Yeah.
And Michelle, would it be okay if they shared something that maybe was for their life?
Oh my God, yeah, not just business. Business is part of the umbrella of you, right? I am a business owner. I'm also a mom. I also love throwing huge parties in my backyard. All equal important. So if I was going around, yes, we hired 5 more full-time employees, and I had bounce castles at my birthday party. All right? So whatever that looks like for you, it could be trips that you've taken, relationships that you've formed. I cannot tell you, and I'm telling you from the seat of someone who owns a multi-million-dollar business, okay? This isn't just woo-woo shit. Got that? Okay. So I'm going to count it down, and you're going to stand up, and again, it's going to be annoying, but it's okay. To move around and find someone that you do not know. All right. We're counting down. Person with the longer hair. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If is the time to really celebrate. Hug. Cheer. You see it. You see it. It's already done. It has happened. It has happened. It has happened. Feel into the possibility with the other person. What we say at Soul Camp to quiet down, we yell, Nama! And everyone else yells, Stay! Do you want to try that?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Nama!
Stay!
Nama!
Stay!
Nama!
Stay!
Yes. Does everyone feel the energy change in the room?
Yes.
Does everyone feel what it feels like to connect with another human being in the space of possibility? And the bond that that creates immediately. It is different than what do you do, what do you do, what do you do, what do you do, what do you do? But what do you dream? What do you want? What's the goal? What's not even goal? Oh, no, what is the dream? So I invite you all, as this night progresses and you meet more people, let that be the question. Not, hi, I'm Michelle, so what do you do? And I fall victim to that too all the time. But hi, I'm Michelle. Tell me about your big dream. Tell me about your big dream. And be in that space with one another. Because from that space of possibility, possibility emerges. Oh, I want to do that too. Oh my God, I know someone you should connect to. Oh, da, 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 da. That's where it all happens. Not like the now is great. But when you're connecting to people that you do not know, connecting in the space of what can be is fucking beautiful. So enjoy the rest of this night. This is amazing. I'll be around. Again, I'm socially awkward. So you will see me in a corner. Come up to me, because I'm not gonna come. I'll come up to some of you. But know that, like, again, this is hard for me too, right? But ask me what my dream is. All right? And Ashley's gonna be sending like information about me and all that stuff afterwards. So like, if you want to continue the conversation, you'll be able to. But for now, continue the conversation with one another in the space of possibility. Got it? Woo!
We're like really, let's give it up for